People have been laid off at Uber due to pandemic. So this is getting 1.6 lakhs per month if you are an intern at Uber. Like think about for 2 months internship at Uber, you'll be getting 3 lakhs 20,000. I have heard from people is some of the problems in the online coding test are a bit of modification of the questions that are present at SPOJ. So if you have sometimes in India also CodeSignal that vendor is taken by Uber for conducting the test. In that is amazing. The third program that Uber has for females is known as Uber She++ Mentorship program. Put in credits in your Uber account, so you have a chance to get free rides all over. So hi everyone, thank you so much for such an amazing response to all the videos that you're showing, and we are a family of 15,000 people right now. So that's super amazing, and the love and support you people have been showing is really amazing. Today I've come up with a video that is the next episode in Operation Theatre series that I've already been making. We have covered different companies. We will discuss about each company's profile, CTC, what are some of the important tips for going into that company, on-campus process, off-campus process, what are the certain off-campus opportunities, what is the work-life balance and work culture at that company. I've already made a playlist where I've discussed about Flipkart, American Express, Walmart. You can go ahead and check out that. And today I've come up with a very top tier company. It's one of the best companies, I would say, that is Uber. So as you all might be aware of, Uber will be discussing about the entire structure of Uber, what Uber asks in its interviews, what are some of the important topics for its online test, how it conducts its online test, what is the difficulty level, what is the CTC, what are different profiles it offers to freshers, and we'll also discuss about the work culture, work-life balance, and the perks that are associated with joining Uber. So we'll be discussing completely the entire work culture and everything at Uber. I have discussed with a lot of employees at Uber as well as the people who have been recently employed at Uber, like the fresh graduates. So each and every experiences I have jotted down a lot of points and I've come up with this complete knowledgeable video about Uber. So if you're looking forward to have your career at Uber or start your career with Uber, so this video is surely gonna help you. But before that, if you're watching this channel right now, you should go ahead and press the like button. For this video, I will keep the like target as 500, although I haven't done this thing before, but just for the sake of doing, I have kept the like target as 500. So let's see if we can get 500 likes on this video. And if you are liking the content, do consider subscribing this channel. I'll be coming up with more and more amazing content ahead. Thank you so much for all the support till now, and let's see what Uber has in store for us. So before starting with the complete review of Uber, let me give you some brief information about Uber that will help you know more about the company. So as you all might have already heard of Uber technology, so it's a ride-hailing company. That's one thing, but Uber is not only in one business. There are different businesses that Uber is into. You talk about Uber Eats, that is a food delivery business of Uber. You talk about Uber Finance. You talk about some electric bicycle. So there are a lot of businesses that Uber is into. It's not just ride-hailing. So we'll talk about how it has grown. But in India, if we talk about majorly, it's ride-hailing as well as Uber Eats that has grown a lot. But after the pandemic, Uber is trying to shift a lot of businesses to India. So there are a lot of chances of growth when you talk about Uber. Also, people have heard about this thing due to COVID-19 pandemic. There were a lot of layoffs in Uber. Although India has not been impacted that much, but yeah, people have been laid off at Uber due to pandemic. So this is a bit of negative point about Uber when you talk about the work culture or work-life balance at Uber. So we'll be discussing about its recruitment procedure, its profile. So we'll start with the first thing, that is the profiles that it hires for. So for an internship that they hire from pre-final year people. So the profile is known as software engineering internship. And for full-time also it's SD1 for fresh graduates, then it moves to SD2, SD3 and engineering manager and so these are certain profiles in Uber that is in general for any company we talk about. So you'll be getting one of these profiles. Now let's come on to one of the important parts of Uber, that is its CTC. So we talk about CTC, so mind this number for internships, it's 1.6 lakhs per month. Yeah, you heard it right. You will be getting 1.6 lakhs per month if you are an intern at Uber. Think about for 2 months internship at Uber, you'll be getting 3 lakhs 20,000. So this 3 lakhs 20,000 intern stipend you can use in your final year to enjoy with your friends, fests and everything. For a full-time employee, CTC is 35 lakhs 30,000. So this is the CTC, and the base component that they are offering is also close to 18 lakhs. So now you can consider that the compensation wise, Uber is paying a lot, and even if you're growing in SD1, you can get up to 25 lakhs base salary, and when we move on to SD2, SD3, so it increases exponentially. So this is the salary structure and CTC breakdown of Uber. Now let's come on to the hiring process of Uber on campus. So now we'll talk about the on-campus recruitment process of Uber. So we'll talk about on-campus recruitment process. So it has around 4 total number of rounds in an on-campus hiring process for a software engineering intern as well as software engineering full-time role. Maybe for full-time, 1 extra round is kept sometimes, but let's just start with the first round, that is the online coding test. So for the online code, and it's one thing important that it doesn't have CGPA cutoff. So you can have any CGPA and you can go and sit for Uber. So they don't have CGPA cutoff when it comes on campus, as I have heard from people. So we'll talk about the online test that it conducts. So it is a typical competitive programming test. And maybe some of the questions you might have seen, but they are a bit typical as compared to a normal online coding test. So they conduct it on HackerRank, and they have generally 3 questions, coding questions, and you will have a time of around 90 minutes, and you have to solve those 90 questions in 90 minutes. So what I have heard from people is some of the problems in the online coding test are a bit of modification of the questions that are present at SPOJ. So if you have heard of SPOJ, some people call it SPOJ, some people call it SPOJ. So the questions were found similar to those of SPOJ. So if you are practicing for online coding tests, definitely you should consider doing some of the questions from SPOJ. Maybe if it's your luck, you can get the same question there. So that is one thing. Sometimes Uber also conducted tests on CodeSignal platform. So CodeSignal platform is one of the international platforms. Like when Uber hires overseas for software engineering roles, so it also conducts on the same platform, that is CodeSignal. So it also happens that sometimes in India also CodeSignal vendor is taken by Uber for conducting the test. In that, some of the things that are important is like you will have certain MCQs and certain coding questions. So they are bit of medium level. Like HackerRank's test is a bit difficult as compared to that CodeSignal test for Uber. So this is the first round when we talk about Uber, and it's full of competitive programming. Now coming upon to the next round, that are the interview rounds. So it generally has 2 to 3 technical interview rounds and 1 HR or the bar raiser round, right? So when we talk about technical rounds, majorly what they focus is they'll not focus on your resume. So they are very least concerned about your resume. The major portion will be problem solving and your DSLO skills. So they'll not focus on your resume much, but it depends upon the interviewer as well. But what I have heard from people is the important thing for Uber is problem solving. You will directly be shot up with questions from DSLOs. You will be asked to code solutions on CodePair, and the questions will be a bit typical, like when you talk about companies like Microsoft or Amazon, so you will get questions directly from Geeks for Geeks or LeetCode. But the questions you'll be getting in Uber are 1 level high from Microsoft and Amazon, so they are a bit more typical when we compare it with Microsoft, Amazon, or when we compare it with normal LeetCode or GFC questions. Also, in some of the rounds, you will be asked a question about system design and your computer fundamentals. So computer fundamentals, they ask in very depth. They'll go into the very depth of the question, like you will feel that, yeah, you should have a good knowledge of OS, DBMS, and that's it. We'll talk about certain questions. So like in the online coding test, some questions were like graph-based snake and ladder problem, but it was not that simple snake and ladder problem. Like there were snakes under snakes, there were ladders above ladders. So it was made a bit typical. Like the problem was same, but the complexity was increased by adding more things and adding a bit of more complexity to that similar question. So that's all about the technical round. When you talk about HR or the managerial round, in that also sometimes you are asked coding questions or puzzles. So that is also not completely managerial, but yeah, again you will be tested upon your technical skills, your projects, system design, or maybe you can ask a question of DSLOs even in the HR round for Uber. So that's all about the on-campus hiring process for Uber. When we talk about the off-campus process for Uber, so there are a lot of gateways through which a fresher can reach to Uber. The first and the most important thing is the careers website. You will definitely see an opening on careers website for software engineering role, university graduate, and you can take referrals for that particular role, and that will help you get the test link for that particular opening. And it is open to all. Like there's no eligibility of certain colleges, there's no eligibility of a diversity or so. So that is one thing. Next, they have other programs for internships like Uber Star Intern. So that is basically for second year as well as third year people. So you get to have exposure on working with teams at Uber through Uber Star Intern, and the stipend that I've already told is amazing. The third program that Uber has for females is known as Uber She++ Mentorship program. So Uber She++ Mentorship program is basically it's a kind of a mentor-mentee program. You'll be matched up with some mentor at Uber, and there will be a kind of mentor-mentee program, and you will be getting to know how Uber works, what are the technologies Uber is working upon, and there might be certain chances of career opportunities at Uber after that. So these are some of the off-campus opportunities when we talk about Uber. And now let's come on to the work culture, work-life balance, and how employees at Uber feel. So as compared to any other tech company, like the work culture is not that great. You have to work for a bit longer hours, but yeah, perks that Uber gives are amazing. The growth that you will see in your initial years is amazing, and you will get to work upon a lot of technologies. Like they have a very dynamic app that a lot of people are using throughout India, throughout the world. So you will be working upon that amazing app, and you will get to learn a lot of things. So that's super important when we talk about starting your career with, or starting your when we talk about starting your career with. So talking about some of the other perks and benefits, like apart from insurance and all that all companies gives, so they give you certain credits in your Uber account. So you have a chance to get free rides all over. So you'll be getting certain Uber credits every month, every year through like you being a software engineer at Uber. So you can enjoy free rides at Uber. So that's one thing. Apart from that, overall it's good. And like for talking about resume, majorly resume is not very much focused, but yeah, you can have 2-3 good projects in your resume. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you like this video, like the content on my channel, do press the like button, subscribe this channel, and share it with your friends, and let the community grow. Thank you so much. All the best. Good luck. Bye bye.